Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January 2020. Happy New Year. Let's connect with the guides first of all, just to see what they want to bring forward in relation to what you can expect to see for the rest of January 2020. Then we're going to be looking into the themes as well as sort of a bit more depth with the tarot. We're using the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan today. Then outcomes, we're going to be looking and using oracle cards to see what you can expect to see being resolved, or a conclusion to the month. So obviously you're going to be watching this probably around the sort of 8th, roughly around the 8th of January. So we're going to be looking at sort of what's going to be happening from that date towards the end of the month here. So let me just get a connection to Spirit, see what they want to add here before I go to the cards. Guys, I feel like you're going to be finding out some things here. I feel like they're being a bit sarcastic with me, because they're like, oh, shocking truths. Shocking truths. And I'm like, you don't usually deliver that information. You don't usually, I feel like there's a bit of a hidden blessing with this. And they're all smiling now. So if you feel like you're being given information around January, maybe the first part of January you were given a little bit of a, I'm hearing a cliffhanger. Don't be surprised if that turns round into something positive, because they're all giggling. And I feel like sometimes they enjoy watching us struggle, to sort of try and work out what's going on. I don't feel like it's a bad month for you guys. Let me just see what else they're giving me all these cryptic clues now. It's nowhere near as bad as you think it's going to be. So if you feel like the first part of your, maybe you came into, I can totally agree with that. Maybe you came into the first part of your 2020 thinking, what on earth is going on? Don't worry. Don't worry. There's, it's not all doom and gloom. They're saying that it's not all doom and gloom. There's a reward at the end of this, and I feel like if you can kind of see through that and just keep to doing you, don't let external energies get you down, I feel like you'll be okay. There's definitely a hidden blessing that's going to happen here, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end up flipping all these cards up and there's some good news at the end of this that you were definitely not expecting. More than. So it could be maybe you started the year not in a great way, and it massively improves. Let me see what else they want to tell us here before we go to the cards. We're going to look at the themes first of all. I feel like definitely unexpected surprises, but for the positive. We're not talking, sort of more low vibe stuff. We're talking, it feels good. So let me just get a link here. So for Sagittarius, that's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Stellium, Ascendant. What can you tell us, please, for the general theme for the month of January 2020? Yeah, there's definitely something positive on its way. I can feel it. That's interesting. I don't know, this is one message for someone. Someone's guide wants me to pass this on. If someone's worrying about their sister, don't. Someone's trying to get through to you to say don't worry about your sister, and you're not listening. It's like you've already convinced yourself that something horrific is, and maybe it is worrying. Obviously we all, we do care about our loved ones, of course, but your guides are trying to get through to you to say it's going to be okay. All right, this is a message for, it could be more than one of you, but it's a very small percentage. I just need to pass it on. But your guides are trying to reassure you, and I feel like I'm hearing panic stricken, and they're desperately trying to get that message across. Someone's saying thank you. I feel like it could actually be ancestors as well that are trying to get through to you. Someone's trying to comfort you. If you keep feeling your right hand being stroked, that's your ancestor trying to reassure you. I'm feeling like it's a grandmother figure, or it could even be a grandmother and a great-grandmother. Sagittarius, please, for the month of January 2020, what is the overriding theme, please? Wow. Someone is putting up a huge fight here. Someone is not backing down. And it could be more than, well, I mean, it's a theme, so it's likely to be, we're talking about generalized energy here within, Sagittarius. someone is, it's like some kind of revolutionary energy that you're projecting out here into this month, but you guys are not backing down, I'll tell you that much. Other themes, please, for Sagittarius for January 2020. Thank you. We've got the Sword of Truth. We've got clarity here. Someone is not afraid to cut through whatever needs to be cut through. I'm hearing to get the job done. It's like you guys are on a mission. I'm hearing it's like you guys are on a mission. You don't like how slowly something is happening and you're trying to push it through because you're tired of waiting here. What else can you tell me about things, please? You will definitely get some truth. Themes for Sagittarius, please, Spirit, for January 2020. Themes. Ace of Pentacles. The Fool also flipped over. You guys are definitely in some kind of revolutionary energy. You're really trying to hold on to something and fight your way through something. Could be, it doesn't have to be a literal argument, but it's based on a premise or an idea that you're holding yourself very firm. There is going to be some truth revealed here that I feel you're going to sort of bring yourself out of. It's like whatever mindset you're in, there's a shift in January here whereby when this is revealed, there's an offering at the end of it. It's like you're being gifted based on your efforts. It's like now it's interesting because they're saying don't back down. And I'm just hearing someone's card going, yeah! They're saying don't back down. We'll go and do a week by week to see what this is about. The Ace of Pentacles can be anything from a solid commitment to a house move to an offer of employment. It can be, you know, an offer of commitment. But it's whatever this theme is, it's like there's a struggle, there's a clarity, a truth revealed, and then there's an offer straight afterwards. So let's go into the week for Sagittarius. We'll do week 1, which is going to be from the 8th of January up until the 15th, based on obviously the day that I'm filming this and when you're going to be watching. So let's break it down week by week. So for week 1, please, which is the 8th of January up until the 15th. What exactly will be happening for Sagittarius, please? From the 8th up to and including the 15th of January, please. You guys are working at manifesting something. We've got the 8 of Pentacles here with the Magician. Okay, something didn't yield an outcome that you were expecting, or you'd put your efforts into something that you feel you didn't get a return on. Okay, and now you're debating where to put your efforts next, because we've got the 5 of Pentacles with the 6 of Wands. Okay, and then we've got the Page of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles. So whatever this is, you're going into between the 8th and the 15th and looking at where you're investing this pentacle. And again, don't forget we had the pentacle come up. This doesn't have to be about money. This could be about time, energy, resources. All right, but you're basically between, you know, the 8th and the 15th, you're working hard at building something. But then I feel like because of this 5 of Pentacles, it may feel that you're not getting anywhere with it. You're not yielding that result that you wanted, and therefore it's time to reinvest somewhere else. Or you're going to be looking at if it's worth reinvesting somewhere else. What else can you tell me about week 1, 8th to the 15th of January for Sagittarius, please, Spirit? What else can you tell me? 9 of Wands. You guys are on a defensive mode. All right, so again, it's that very kind of combative energy that we saw at the beginning there, where you're standing your ground. And this may have come after a loss. We've got the 5 of Cups, okay? So we've got the three cups that have tipped over. all right, and then you've got the 2 cups that you're kind of not really paying attention to, but are there anyway. So there could have been a recent emotional loss that you're debating how to move forward with. Week 1, 8th to 15th for Sagittarius. What else can you tell me, please, Spirit? Wow. We've got the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, okay? Now, this could be an earth sign, male or female. It can also be an air sign, so it could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and or Libra, Aquarius, and or Gemini. Now, these are presenting as masculine energies, but it doesn't have to be a male. If they're not literal people that this relates to, then again it could just be the general energy. So it could well be that there was a love scenario, let's say, that maybe presented itself, that was tangible, that was solid, that was looking like it was going somewhere, that was, you know, an investment of, you know, the Pentacle suit is about money, so this could be an evolved individual that, you know, has money, that is, you know, a bit of money behind them. And with the King of Swords, this could be someone who, if it's not an air sign, someone who is kind of vocal, someone who isn't afraid to speak their mind, okay? If it isn't individuals, it could well be that there was something in this that maybe you presented or spoke your mind about to feel like you'd be getting an investment on, but it wasn't returned, or you spoke your mind about a particular issue and it was either ignored, or someone wasn't listening, someone just ignored what you were saying, and you felt like there was a loss behind it. Now let's have a look into these individuals here. What can you tell us about King of Pentacles, King of Swords? Yeah, it's like, now it could well be, Sagittarius, that maybe you had 2 individuals that you were sort of looking at, okay? Because we've got the 2 of Pentacles here. So it could well have been that maybe you had 2 people that you were considering, okay, for a partnership, that you're just kind of debating what to do about, because you could well have manifested these, because we've got the Magician, we've got Strength, and then we've got the 5 of Pentacles as well, okay? So it could well have been that you've manifested these 2 individuals, you had to make a choice, and then as soon as you maybe made a choice, as soon as that happened, you lost out anyway. It could have been that. If it's not that, then there's something about these 2 individuals, if they are people, that have come towards you to offer you something that maybe wasn't as good as you thought. But whatever this is, it led to some kind of loss. It wasn't maybe up to par, up to scratch. Maybe you viewed it as it wasn't up to scratch, okay? What can you tell us, please, about these 2 individuals? There was probably arguing, all right? There was probably arguing. Maybe there was a fight. Maybe there was a gap in communication. Maybe they offered this Ace of Pentacles. We've now got the Ace of Pentacles coming up, all right? Maybe they offered that initially and then they retracted it. But whatever this is, it's like you either had one that offered something, and then maybe it was the one that you didn't want it from. But there's something about 2 individuals here. Okay, what can you tell us about week 2 for Sagittarius, please? So that's the 15th to the 22nd. Yeah, we've got the 3 of Pentacles here. So if this is, I mean, this can talk about, it could be work, okay? Maybe you had 2 opportunities, one in the line that was linked for communication, one that was better money, or one that made you deal with the public more, one that was more higher wage, right? But this is the 3 of Pentacles for week 2, so this is from the 15th to the 22nd. This is about building or offering something to build something together. So if it's not a work contract where you're being involved in something that is going to build something for a longer term future, it could well be that there's a third party situation going on here. Either you're the third party, or maybe you've got 2 people that you are currently debating on, right? We've also got the Devil reverse, right? So this suggests addictive behavior that is being released, all right? So maybe you've had this kind of third party scenario where you've gone back forward, maybe one offered something and then you just say you change your mind, or maybe you're the third party. But this, at the moment, it's like they're talking here about releasing attachments, releasing addictions, releasing codependency. What can you tell us, please, Spirit, about the 3 of Pentacles and the Devil reverse for Sagittarius? It's 15th to 22nd. What can you tell us, please, Spirit? Yeah, so we've got the Ace of Cups reversed. Let me just clarify that. So again, it could have been that as soon as you thought that you've made your mind up, something was removed from your path, and now you're debating what mistake you made. Now we've got Justice here, okay, and we've also got the Eight of Wands. Now this could be communication, very fast moving communication. This could be travel. If it's not that, and it's like a truth is being delivered to you, so it could well be that as soon as you've figured out, you know, who you've chosen, maybe they choose someone else, and therefore that offer is withdrawn, let's say. This is also karmic, all right? Justice is also karmic. It's about balance. So if there's, let's say there's been a continuation of third party, maybe you're a third party, maybe you've got two choices as well, and they've got choices. This is about addressing a balance here that needs to be carried out. But it's a fast-moving a fast-moving recalibration that you may not be expecting. Again, don't forget that sword of truth that came up with the theme, all right? So from the 15th to 22nd, what else can you tell us about justice? Yeah. There's that Four of Pentacles. Someone is holding on too tight, okay? So maybe by the time you chose, the other person's decided, well, I'm not going to choose now. I'm going to stick to where I am, and I'm going to stay here. Or maybe you don't want to make a choice, all right, and you're holding on. And then at the time, because you're holding on, the universe makes the choice for you. But the Ace of Swords came up, okay, for around this time. So whatever it is, there's a clarity, there's a truth being delivered. What else can you tell us, please? Page of Swords. So he's wielding the sword in this card, all right? Now, Page of Swords sometimes can be about sort of gossip, social media, someone spying, all right? So just pay attention to what's going on. Is there someone, are you telling people about this situation? Just pay attention to what's happening here with what's going on around you. And now we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is fast moving energy, okay? It can be a bit fickle. This is not a consistent energy. This is not someone who comes in and then stays. This is someone who's back and forward. It can be a bit of a player energy as well, Knight of Wands. So there's a lot of energies in the mix here, all right? It can well be that something is delivered truth-wise to you that you didn't want to acknowledge, and therefore is now being delivered in another way. But let's have a look what else they want to tell us here for, yeah, look, Hierophant. Okay, now, firstly, this can be a commitment card. But it can also be about teaching us something. It can also be about sort of military, police, you know, someone in an official capacity, all right? Let's just have a look what other cards they're going to give us here for week 2. What else can we tell us? 15th to 22nd. 15th to 22nd, please. Yeah. So underneath the Four of Pentacles, we've got the Seven of Cups, okay? So it's about someone choosing, having many options and doesn't want to make a decision. This is week 2, so that's the 15th to 22nd. We've then got the Page of Swords, and underneath that is the Lovers. That's about discussions around options. So it could well be that maybe you had your heart set on someone and now there's someone else around them, and there's gossip around that, and or maybe you're keeping an eye on their social media and you're spotting that actually there is another option for them. Well, maybe you'd pop them on the back burner and then you hadn't made a decision, now they've got someone else around them. Okay, we've got the Knight of Wands, and underneath that is the Five of Swords. So this is where I feel like the arguments are coming in. So it could well be that because maybe you didn't make a decision and now they're moving on anyway, and you're sat there thinking, hang on a minute, why are you moving on? I didn't make a decision. It feels like they're already making that decision for you. And then we've got the High Priest, the Hierophant with the World, which is about, I mean, look, to be honest with you, it can be several things. This is either a closing of a cycle whereby a commitment is being closed out, or this could be that the choice that maybe you thought was going to choose someone else is coming back around to you. But whatever this is, it's like there's a huge cycle closing. Let's clarify the Hierophant with the World, please, Spirit. What is the Hierophant with the World? This, yeah. Yeah, it's like someone may have been keeping back out of this situation that is now making an offer. We've got the King of Cups, which is someone that could be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, that is essentially has their cup of love and is now offering it. Okay, so this could involve a commitment, because we've also got the Lovers card coming up. That's kind of, again, don't forget, we had that Five of Swords for the theme, we had the Ace of Swords, which is truth, and then the Pentacle for the outcome. Okay, so someone could have had many options. Maybe you had many options, maybe you weren't doing anything. It looks like from between the 15th to the 22nd, someone is now making that their move based on a realization. Maybe the argument happened between you a while ago, you sort of put things on the back burner, and then that person had some clarity and now is coming back. Maybe if it's not them, it's you that's going towards someone. What can you tell me, please, about week 2, 15th to 22nd for Sagittarius? We've now got the Devil energy again. So it's like maybe this had sped up. Maybe there was a very kind of intense connection that you guys, maybe there was a little bit codependency. You kind of had an argument, it blew up a little bit, and now you're backing off. And then you guys are being brought together by spirit again to see if you can do this again without that attachment. Okay, but with the Devil energy, this is usually fairly, it can be addictive behavior. Let's clarify. Devil, please clarify the Devil. What is this Devil energy? This can be sex as well, by the way. What is the Devil energy, please, Spirit? Yeah, I feel, if I'm being totally honest with you, that, let's say, for example, if this person, maybe you were the third party, maybe they had a karmic connection. This is the Queen of Swords with the Devil, that they're now breaking away from, which means they can come towards you. If it's not a karmic situation or a relationship, it's just basically an individual that was around them that maybe had stopped the connection between you guys. There was a very defensive energy around this individual. This is a Seven of Swords. Sorry, Seven of Wands. Okay. But they're moving away from this, and I feel like they're moving away from this to come towards you, because we've got the Six of Swords here. So this is about going into sort of calmer waters. So again, let's just say whatever was put on hold initially, they're coming out of a cycle with whatever individual they're around in order to come towards you. This is around the 15th and 22nd. Victory, Six of Wands. So again, it seems to me, let me just see, let me ask the question, what changed? Why have they suddenly decided to come? What changed here, Spirit? Yeah, look, the King of Swords. So there's that sword, it's that clarity. Someone made a decision. Previously, this was a lot of juggling. Seven of Pentacles energy. One sec, let me get a drink. Someone's throat chakra is really blocked. Yeah. Sorry about that. Whoever's throat chakra or whoever I'm tuning into, it's like, I feel like I'm swallowing a golf ball. So I feel like their communication was not great. They probably had a fairly blocked throat chakra. Whatever it is, they're finding their voice, because we've got the King of Swords here. This is someone who is not afraid to speak their mind and essentially has made their decision. All right, this is someone who means business as well. Okay, so let's have a look. 22nd to the end of the month. What is going to happen, please, for Sagittarius? From the 22nd to the end of January 2020, please. What is actually going to be happening here, please, Spirit? What's happening, please, from the 27th of January to the end of the month? 22nd to the end of the month. Wow. Let me just get some cards to clarify. Yeah, I feel like whatever had happened between you guys, everyone's going to be different. I'm just hearing they couldn't let it go. They knew. Let me just get 2 more cards before I start filling in gaps. Something that was everyone's going to be very different here, but let me just try and decipher what they're trying to show me here, because there's about 5 million messages they're trying to give me at once. One sec. So what they're basically saying here is that the situation they knew, because we've got the World in reverse, which is basically something is not closing out, all right? And then underneath that is the 2 of Swords, okay? It's like that they were kind of muddling along, and they weren't, whoever this is, it could be you, it could be the other person that's involved. I feel like they were kind of muddling along and they weren't really making any decisions. But there was definitely a need for, I mean, this is the Karma card in this deck, but this is essentially Judgment. Now, it's interesting they're showing this kind of lunar eclipse, because we do have a lunar eclipse on the 10th, same day that Uranus goes direct. With this card came out the King of Cups in reverse, okay? So it's almost like something emotionally kind of triggered within them, meaning that they just couldn't keep going or doing what they were doing. It just wasn't giving them any emotional fulfillment at all, all right? I feel like if this was a karmic, we've got the Devil coming up again. We've now got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And whatever this did, it was like they realised this was not long-term fulfillment, whoever this was, if this was a third party, okay? So because of that, it's like they were taking everything on face value, I feel. I feel like they were sort of going on things on a more superficial level, and they weren't really willing to look within as to sort of what exactly was fulfilling them and what wasn't, okay? They were just, again, it felt like a very kind of attached, codependent type of energy that maybe they had with this. It could be a karmic that they were with. Whatever this kind of energy of this eclipse did, we've got the High Priestess here. So this is the Keeper of Secrets. This is also about connecting to your intuition and a deep knowing, okay? And with the 4 of Pentacles, it's like, I feel like they understood what it was they were yearning for, what their soul alignment was wanting them to go towards. And it wasn't this situation. It was actually, and there we go with that kind of sword of truth that I mentioned at the beginning. They kind of had a realization that what they wanted was not what was in front of them. And therefore, and again, if it's not them, it's you. It's like you're then reinvesting that pentacle into where you want it to go, to build up to that 10 of Pentacles that should be upright as opposed to reverse. It's like this is where you don't see a long-term investment coming to fruition. So whatever's happened here, they've had a bit of a realization. And if it's not the love interest, then it will be you, okay? Take it as it resonates. 22nd to the end of January, please. What else can you tell me, please, about Sagittarius? And again, 2 of Swords, so it's like indecision. It could well be, if someone is coming back around, then you're undecided. Maybe you'd already moved on, but there's an indecision here. But usually with the 2 of Swords, this is about an indecision and a decision you don't want to make because you're not willing to see the truth. All right, let's have a look. Sagittarius, please, for 22nd to the end of the month. Yeah, 9 of Cups. So this is ultimate wish fulfillment here. But it's like you're not wanting to recognise it. Okay, so we've got the Tower and the 3 of Pentacles. So it could well have been that you'd already moved on and this person's now coming back around and it's now disrupting a third party situation you've got. And if it's not that, then it could be that there's some concern around how this is working for the other party involved. Maybe you know the other person. And if it's not that, it's about a disruption to, it could be a work situation. Maybe this person's connected around your work and you're worried. Okay, maybe they're a manager or a boss. Maybe they can't get involved, or they thought they wouldn't be able to get involved. But there's something here about someone understanding or realizing that it is their wish fulfillment, but they're worried about how this is going to rock the boat, and or what's going to happen if they were to take this opportunity up. Outcome, please, for Sagittarius for the month of January 2020. What is the outcome, please, for Sagittarius? What is the outcome? What is the outcome? Okay. The outcome for you guys is there's a victory with the Six of Wands combined with the Three of Pentacles. This is about building things as you sort of starting things as you want to carry them on. So it's like something is now being rebuilt and acknowledged that wasn't acknowledged before, and it's like you guys are both on the same page about building a future, because we've got the Three of Pentacles here, which is usually about a contract or an engagement of something that both parties are wanting to get involved with. It's like a substantial kind of agreement, let's say, whereby, yeah, you want to make an effort, you want to make things work, yes, we're both in agreement, let's go. Okay, so there's two parties. This is the outcome now for January 2020. Two parties are both on the same page as to where they see a situation going. Page of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. So if this is not an offer that's been given based on that sort of first initial energy, it could well be that maybe, because it's the Page of Wands giving it, maybe you're still not too sure at the end of this if this is viable. Okay, because again, it's only a page that's giving it, and you're wondering if this is going to be a retracted. Maybe they've done this a lot before. Okay, we've also got the Three of Cups and the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, so because it's the Three of Cups, maybe you're concerned that this isn't over between them and the third party, or maybe you've got a third party that you're having to sort of release, and so you're worried that if you were to go towards this and announce this kind of coming together, that this is not a substantial investment long term, and where is this going to go? We've got the Knight of Swords with Temperance, so someone is coming in to deliver news which is going to bring healing. Again, with it being the Knight of Swords, it's very fast moving energy. It could also be where you're sort of debating how truthful they are, or how viable this healing, or how viable an offer is that they're giving, because again, it is only the Knight of Swords. But either way, whatever illusions were around this situation, or secrets, or whatever, because we've got the Moon in reverse now. So this is like removing illusion, removing kind of doubt around intuition, or removing secrets, and we've got the Two of Cups. So this is about a coming together of two parties that want to be together. And then with the Moon in reverse, it's like you're removing any illusionary energy. Maybe you had arguments that were going on and on and on, and there was no clear answer. Maybe in this month there is a clear answer that is given, as you know, around this connection that allows you to move forward. Maybe there was something that was needing to be cleared out first before this could happen, and this is the month to do it. Let's pull some oracle cards here for you guys. Archangel oracle cards. Let's have a look. Sagittarius, please. What is the outcome for Sagittarius for the month of January? What is the outcome for Sagittarius for the month of January, please? Sagittarius, what is the outcome for January 2020? What is the outcome? Thank you. Remember who you are. You are a powerful, loving and creative child of God. You are very loved, okay? Do not, whatever happens, doubt. Because I feel like if someone comes forward with an offer, you might be the first one to sit there and go, oh, yeah, but is it real? They've done this so many times. Is it real? Make sure you remember exactly what you can offer, and don't doubt that, because self-love is really important. When someone offers you something, if you're sat there in your head and you're not in your heart space, you're going to reject anything that may look ridiculous but actually is very good. And don't forget what Spirit said at the beginning, where they're like, it doesn't look so great, but there's a really good outcome at the end. Of course, it's like there's a union, an opportunity being offered, but it's whether or not you understand that that is an opportunity. And don't let your insecurities shadow that, okay? Sagittarius, please, for January 2020. We've got leadership. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. Okay, so maybe you're learning empowerment and it's like you're going to end up imparting that to other people based on what you're learning. Maybe this is the part of a huge lesson for you because, you know, this has been a long time coming, and then the jigsaw piece is sort of put into place, and now you're kind of seeing everything as it needs to be. And it says, hello from heaven. Your loved ones in heaven we are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Yeah, so if you're getting intuitive insights and guidance, just watch. Again, don't forget that first message where someone's guide's trying to get through to them and they're sort of like swatting them away, thinking, what on earth? They're trying to help. They're not trying to scare you or make you feel like you're going mad. It's like they're actually trying to help you because they feel like I feel like your mind's carrying away with something or getting carried away with something, a thought process, and it's not benefiting you. Okay, so Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius for January 2020. Outcomes, please. Sagittarius, January 2020. What is the outcome, please? What is the outcome, please? Sagittarius for January 2020. Outcome, please, Spirit. Thank you. Let me shuffle this a bit better. Sagittarius. Outcome, please, Spirit. Wow. So we've got the tribe. This is about, it could be star family, it could be soul family, okay, but it could also be actual family. But there's something about kinship here, spiritual kinship. It's like you're finding yourself and you're remembering who you are, which then leads you to other people who know where they are. It's like you're leveling up to a point where you're recognizing your worth, and then you're attracting others that are as well. Okay, we've got imagine, which is about that manifestation ability. So, you know, co-creating. And then we've got co-create. So bearing in mind your thoughts create your reality. So just watch how you're kind of thinking things through and keep your thoughts very clear, because I feel like they're trying to bring something through for you with this opportunity, but they're saying careful not to miss it. Careful not to miss it. Maybe some of you have ruled that person out. Yeah, they're saying never ending story. So it's like this is potentially a cycle where maybe you had taught yourself out of something before, and actually was it needing to be talked out of? Was it needing to be talked out of? Okay. Last message from Spirit for Sagittarius. We've got Treasure Island, which is brilliant. So there's definitely some kind of, you know, bounty here that is behind all of this, but just be aware of what you're ruling out or you're saying no to, or understand that if there's an opportunity being offered, make sure that whenever you're responding to that, you're coming from a very grounded and balanced place, because if you're not, you may just sit there and go nope, and then afterwards you'll be like, oh, hang on a minute, maybe this is viable. So just be aware that sometimes, you know, the biggest, greatest gifts are the more subtler energies, and that sometimes it is also to see how we respond to something. And if we dismiss it, they want to lead us into something that is going to create something for us, and this is part of that. Okay guys, so hopefully that's been of some help. This has been your Sagittarius reading for January 2020. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Next video is going to be for Capricorn for tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much for all your subscriptions, your shares and your likes. It does mean a lot to me. I do massively appreciate that. And yeah, have an awesome weekend, week, day, wherever you're at. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.